श्री गुरु गौरांग कंदार्विक गिरिधारी शिष्य राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जाय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरण मोहन जू की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट विष्णुपार अशतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट विष्णुपार अशतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोसाई महाराज श्री गुरुदेव की जाय। नित्य प्रविष्ट विष्णुपार अशतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद अशतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्य प्रविष्ट विष्णुपाद अशतर शत शिशुमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्य प्रविष्ट महाभगवत श्री गौरकिशोर बाबूजी महाराज की जय। नित्य प्रविष्ट श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्य प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबूजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुग गौरीय गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ शार गोसाई प्रभु की जय। श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी श्री गौर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्री वासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौरमंडल व्रजमंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदत्त गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योगमाया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जय श्री कार्तिक व्रत नियम सेवा की जय। ऊर्ज व्रत की जय। ऊर्जेश्वरी रसेश्वरी श्री विश्वभानुनंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री काशीश्वर पंडित की जय। श्री भूगर्भ गोस्वामी की जय। तदीय शुभ तिरुभाव की जय। हेमंत की राधा गोविंद हेमंत की रास यात्रा की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Oh, and Shubhananda was saying Tulsi Devi Avirbhav Titi ki jai. Oh, I didn't know that. Neat. Shri Harina Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagat Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Vo. Oh, and I think it's also the appearance day of Nimbaditya Acharya. So Nimbaditya Acharya ki jai. Dandavat pranams, everybody. Dandavat pranams. Nri Hari Prabhu, Bhavatarani Mataji, Shubhananda Prabhu, Haribol Nri Hari Prabhu, and Vaidyanath Murari Prabhu. And let's see, on YouTube and Facebook, who is there? Kuruna Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Ganga Mataji, Rukmini Didi. Pranams, everybody. Wow, from one program to the next.
Prabhu, I have some historical facts about Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita.
Yes.
That I'd like to share. I don't know whenever it's appropriate, you think? And
great.
It's short. Yeah. It's short, but it has to do. So after the finding of Govindaji, Rupa Goswami, he totally dedicated about 2 years of his time, and he was worshiping Govindaji with all natural things. He called it prakrat something. So there were tulsi crowns made of tulsi, all the crafting and all the dresses, everything was done with flowers. Imagine Vrindavan 500 years ago, it was a jungle, all the flowers and plants and everything was still there, and forests and like that. So he decorated the deity that way. But after 2 years, he started to realize that he was neglecting some of the services that very important services that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given him. So he wrote a letter. The letters are here in the Vrindavan Institute, Research Institute, a letter by Rupa Goswami to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and the response. And in that, I know, it just blew my mind. So in that, Lord Chaitanya says, okay, don't worry. He said, I need help, if I'm going to do other services, to worship properly Govindaji. And so Mahaprabhu said, okay, help is coming. So one day he told Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita, who he said, you're going to have to go and from now on be the pujari of Govindaji. That was for the rest of his life. So Kāśīśvara fainted. He couldn't take, imagine separation for being there for so long, associating with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so when he came to Lord Chaitanya, brought him back, he said, hold on, wait here, I'll be back. So Mahaprabhu went to the temple, Jagannath temple, and brought back, guess what? A little murti is called Gaur Govinda, Gaur Govindaji. And he said, here I am, this is me, Kāśīśvara, you worship me. And so from then on, when he came to Vrindavan, that deity stayed next to Govindaji. And so nowadays, when that deity was taken and hidden and taken, and there's a whole 50 years, Aurangzeb ran after Govindaji, wanted to destroy him. He had the fixation. And Brinda Devi was with Govindaji, and Gaur Govinda was with him. And Brinda stopped at Kamyavan, and she didn't want to leave. There was a bullock cart that's still in Jaipur. We can one day maybe perhaps get darshan of the bullock cart. And anyhow, so nowadays, when we go to Govindaji, if you look to the right, on the right of Govindaji at his feet, there's a small deity, and that's Gaur Govindaji. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita, Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita.
Wow. Here, I've just did a search on the internet to find a photo of this Govindaji. Sorry, Gaur Govinda, right? You said Gaur Govinda?
Yeah, it's Gaur Govinda.
Here he is.
Vigraha.
Here, and you said he's on the side here. Let me just open it.
Well, when we look at Thakurji, is on the left side.
Yeah.
Be to the right of Thakurji.
Right here. Here's a picture.
Govindaji.
Open image, a new tab. Can you see it? Wait.
No, yeah. There's a bunch of pictures.
Can you see it now?
Oh, okay, yes.
Wow. Beautiful. It's amazing. I've never heard that history.
Yeah, about a year ago, a god brother, he went and he spent the 2 years of COVID here in Vrindavan. And so he went to Vrindavan Research Institute. It was Indradumna Swami, and he researched, and he found so many documentation, so many documents on it. Like there was a Govindaji temple built of stone, beautiful temple before the big one. But he told us the story of Kāśīśvara, and just blew my mind. And also that documentation of the letters are there. We can see them. Amazing. So much prasad. Mind-blowing. So I just thought you might enjoy this. Devotees for the devotees' pleasures.
Yeah.
Pleasures.
Jai, thanks you for sharing.
You're welcome, Prabhu.
Okay, I was planning on reading about Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita at the end, but maybe since we're talking about him now, we can just do it at the beginning. And then we can switch the order and read about Kartik at the end. Yeah. Just to keep the flow, right? So that was, thank you for sharing that. Let's find Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita. So we're going to read now from, what is it? From Śrī Chaitanya and His Associates by Srila Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. And then afterwards, we will read, and we'll read about Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita and Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī. And then we will read about, from the book, what is it called? A Treasury of Holy Days. The last chapter of that book is about Kartik, the last day of Kartik, from my Srila Gurudev. So let's find Kāśīśvara. Where is it? One second. Kāśīśvara. Just finding. Oh, I could just type it in, right? Anyways, I already went this far. There it is, Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita. Okay. So Śrī Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita. This is Śrīla Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj. Okay. Pura vrindavane cheto stito bringara bhanguro Śrī Kāśīśvara Govindo to jato prabhu sevako. Śrīla Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita, also brahmachari, or oh great, I can scroll up and down now. Okay, so Śrīla Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita, also brahmachari or Goswami. Okay, so sometimes he's called Kāśīśvara Brahmachari or sometimes Kāśīśvara Goswami. He was Krishna's servant, Bringar, or the Saki Shashi Rekha. That's from the Gaur Ganadesh Dipika 137. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita's home was in the village of Chhatra in the district of Hooghly, about 1 mile from the present-day Serampur railway station. His father was Vasudev Bhattacharya, a Brahmin of the Vatsya Gotra in the line of Kanji Lala Kanu. He also had the title Chaudhary, and hence the place where he established the temple has come to be known as Chaudhary Para. There he installed the deities of Gauranga and Sri Radha Govinda, whose annual festival is held on Dola Purnima. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita was especially known for his physical strength. Sri Rudra Paṇḍita of Ballabhpur was his nephew, a disciple of Ishvara Puri. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita was a disciple of Ishvara Puri who had received much mercy from him. For this reason, he is counted as one of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's branches. Sri Govinda was also Ishvara Puri's disciple. Both of them devotedly served their spiritual master as long as he was present in this world. Just before he disappeared, he instructed them both to engage in Mahaprabhu's service. Govinda was the first to come to Puri to serve the Lord after the disappearance of their guru. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita traveled throughout India on a pilgrimage before finally coming to Mahaprabhu's lotus feet. I am a servant of Ishvar Puripad. My name is Govinda. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita. So I am a servant of Ishvar Puripad. My name is Govinda. On his order, on Ishvar Puripad's order, I have come to you. At the time of his departure, my master ordered me, go to Sri Krishna Chaitanya and serve him. Kāśīśvara will also come after he has seen the pilgrimage sites. I have come directly to you. And then, so that was from Madhya Lila, chapter 10, verses 132 to 134. And then in the same chapter, verse 185, it says, on another day, Kāśīśvara Gosai arrived. The Lord greeted him respectfully and gave him a place to stay with him. Mahaprabhu felt something of a quandary about accepting the service of his guru's servants. He consulted with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, saying, the servant of my spiritual master is my superior, so how can I accept his service? On the other hand, if I do not obey my guru's order, that too will be an offense. What should I do? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya answered that the spiritual master's order should take priority, and so the Lord followed his guru's directives and accepted Govinda and Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita as his personal servants. Sa shushruvan matari bhargavena pitur niyogat prahritam dvishadvat pratyagrahid agrajas shasanam tad agya gurunam yavacharaniya. This is from the Raghuvangsha 1446. It means, on the order of his father, Parshuram killed his own mother, Renuka, as though she were an enemy. When he heard this, Lakshman accepted the order of his elder brother Ram, for the orders of a guru are not to be debated. Nirvicharam guru ragya maya karya mahatmana shreyo yevam bhavatyascha mama chaiva visheshata. I must follow the order of my Guru, because he is a great soul. You will certainly benefit from this, but even more so will I. I must follow the order of my Guru because he is a great soul. You will certainly benefit from this, but even more so will I. Even more so will I. Sorry, God. That's from the Ramayana Ayodhya Kanda 22:9. Kāśīśvara's service to Mahaprabhu. Whenever Mahaprabhu went to see Lord Jagannath, Kāśīśvara would use his physical strength to hold back the crowds, allowing the Lord to pass without being touched by anyone. Ishwar Puri's disciples were Kāśīśvara Brahmachari and Govinda. Being ordered by Ishwar Puri at the time of his departure from this world, they both arrived in Nilachal and met Mahaprabhu. The Lord considered them both to be his superiors because they had personally served his spiritual master. But he nevertheless accepted their service because it was his Guru's order. Govinda would engage in personal bodily service, while Kāśīśvara would go before him when he went to see Lord Jagannath. He would push people aside to make a path for the Lord so that he could go through the crowd without being touched. That's from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi 10, 138 to 142. Mahaprabhu joyfully... Wait, Adi? That's a mistake. It should be Madhya. Oh, maybe it's Adi when it's talking about the Chaitanya tree. Yeah. Okay. Now this is from Madhya Lila, chapter 12, verses 206 to 207. It says, Mahaprabhu joyfully took the devotees to the temple to see Lord Jagannath. Kāśīśvara led the way, clearing the path, while Govinda followed, carrying the Lord's water pot. In Puri, when the Lord was dancing in front of Lord Jagannath's cart, 3 rings of people would be formed around the Lord in order to hold the people back. The innermost ring consisted of Nityananda Prabhu and other devotees, the second of Kāśīśvara, Mukunda and others, and the third of King Prataparudra and his subjects. Now this is Madhya Lila, chapter 1389. Kāśīśvara, Mukunda, and many other devotees held hands to form a second protective circle. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita was one of the 7 persons who would serve Mahaprasad to Mahaprabhu and the other devotees after the kirtan at the Rathayatra. The others who served prasad were Swarup Damodar, Jagadananda Pandit, Damodar Pandit, Gopinath, Vaninath, and Shankar. Hare Krishna, Narottam Nitai Prabhu. Okay. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita also participated in some of the Lord's pastimes in Navadvip, such as the kirtans at Srivas Angan and bathing in the Ganga. He was also present when the Lord went with kirtan to the house of Sridhar Pandit and drank from his iron pot. He, along with the other devotees present, cried to see the Lord's mercy on that occasion. Govinda, Govindananda, Śrī Garbha, Shriman Jagadananda Pandit, and Ram were others present on that occasion. That's from Madhya Kanda of Chaitanya Bhagavat, chapter 23, verse 451. Now this is from Chaitanya Bhagavat, the next chapter of Chaitanya Bhagavat, verse 3. Vrindavan Das Thakur tells us just how Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita Vrindavan Das Thakur tells us just how dear Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita was to the Lord, calling Mahaprabhu Kāśīśvara's heart on one occasion. And also the wealth of Kāśīśvara's life, Kāśīśvara Pranadhana, on another. That's from Chaitanya Bhagavat, Madhya Kanda 24:3. Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita was also present when Mahaprabhu went to greet Advaita Acharya and the other devotees on their arrival from Bengal. His disappearance day is on the 14th day of the waxing moon on Shukla Chaturdashi in the month of Kartik. According to another opinion, it is on the full moon day of the month of Ashvin, when Radha and Krishna's Ras Purnima is also celebrated. Jai Śrī Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita Ki Jai. Now we'll read about Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī now. Let me just... Oh, there it is. Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī. So many personalities. Is Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī here? Let me type it in. Bhūgarbha. Here. Okay. There it is. Srila Lokanath Goswami and Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī. Okay, I'm going to skip the Lokanath Goswami. Okay. The descendants of Lokanath Goswami's brother Pragalbha Bhattacharya are still living in Talkori. Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī was Lokanath Goswami's closest friend and constant companion. He was Prem Manjari in Vraj. It's Gaur Ganadesh Tipika 187. Bhūgarbha Thakurasya Sit Purvakya Prema Manjari. According to the Sadhan Dipika, Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī was Lokanath Goswami's paternal uncle. The Shaka Nirnayamrita adds the following comments on Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī. Goswaminam cha Bhūgarbham Bhūgarbhotam Suvishrutam Sada Mahashayam Vande Krishna Prema Pradam Prabhum Srila Govinda Devasya Seva Sukha Vilasinam Toyalum Premadang Swachang Nityam Ananda Vigraham. I offer my reverence to the illustrious Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī, who is said to be born from the bowels of the earth. Bhūgarbha. Garbha means womb, right? So Bhūgarbha, and Bhū is the earth. He bestows love of Krishna. He takes pleasure in the service of Govindadev, is compassionate, simple, and always joyful. That's from the Shaka Nirnayamrita. Okay. Bhūgarbha Goswami's initiating guru was Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. He is therefore considered to be Gadadhar's branch of the Chaitanya tree. Sri Bhagavat Das, a fellow disciple of Srila Gadadhar Pandit Goswami, was his close friend. This is a quote from Chaitanya Charitamrita 1:1281. Bhūgarbha Goswami and Bhagavat Das are branches of Gadadhar Pandit. Both of them went to live in Vrindavan. Lokanath Goswami and Bhūgarbha Goswami go to Vraj. Lokanath Goswami renounced the householder ashram in 1510, that's 1431 of the Shaka era, and he came to meet Mahaprabhu in Navadvip. Mahaprabhu immediately told him to go to live in Vrindavan, telling him that it was his own intention to take sannyas very shortly and go there himself. Lokanath Goswami started to cry when he imagined the Lord with his beautiful curly hair shorn, and the distress the devotees would feel at his sannyas. When the Lord saw Lokanath Goswami's anxiety, he embraced him and consoled him with his mystical words, and Lokanath Goswami surrendered completely to him. When Bhūgarbha Goswami saw how unhappy Lokanath Goswami was, he decided to accompany him to Vrindavan. The two companions walked through Rajmahal, Tajpur, Purnia, Ayodhya, Lucknow, and many holy places before arriving in Vraj. Though he had come to Vrindavan on Mahaprabhu's order, Lokanath Goswami constantly felt intense separation from the Lord and shed copious tears in his desire to see him again. When he received the news that Mahaprabhu had taken sannyas and gone to Puri, and from there to the south on pilgrimage, Lokanath Goswami hurried to southern India in order to join him. When he arrived in the south, he heard that Mahaprabhu was no longer there, but had gone to Vrindavan. Oh my God. Lokanath Goswami immediately set off for Vrindavan, hoping to see the Lord there. But by the time he arrived, he heard that the Lord had gone to Prayag. Disappointed, but still determined to see the Lord, Lokanath Goswami decided to set off again for Prayag. This time, however, Mahaprabhu appeared to Lokanath Goswami, and in a dream he told him to stop moving about and remain in Vrindavan to perform his bhajan. Not long afterwards, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and other of the Lord's associates started coming to live in Vraj. Their association brought Lokanath Goswami immense joy. I'm just skipping parts to read about Bhūgarbha. The extent to which Bhūgarbha Goswami was dear to Lokanath Goswami is described in Bhakti Ratnakar. That's Bhakti Ratnakar 1.3.17. Lokanath Goswami's affection for Bhūgarbha Goswami was well known everywhere. They only had different bodies. In spirit, they were one. And then also Bhakti Ratnakar 5.15. Gopal Bhatta Goswami was extremely compassionate. Bhūgarbha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami are a gold mine of virtues. Okay. It's all about Lokanath Goswami. Just seeing if there's anything about Lokanath Goswami. See if there's anything more about Bhūgarbha. I think that might be, yeah, that's it. Jai Śrī Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī Par Ki Jai. Alright, so now we will read from a Treasury of Holy Days, formerly known as Śrī Prabandhavali, the chapter about the last day of Kartik, the last chapter of this book as well. Let me find it though. There it is, chapter 11, the final day of Kārtika-vrata. Let me just see the comments really quick. Rukmini Didi says that there in America, Kāśīśvara Paṇḍita Tirobab was on Chaturdashi. Okay, interesting. Hare Krishna Rajbhuvan Yadav ji and Vidya Lalasa Didi. And let's see if any. Oh, and Vrinda Didi, Haribol. Okay, so now we'll read about Kartik. Chapter 11, the final day of Kārtika-vrata. This is from a class given by my Srila Gurudev Nityalila Pravishta Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Today is the day on which we complete our vow of Niyam Seva for the month of Kartik. In the observance of this Niyam Seva, by the mercy of Bhagavan and especially by the mercy of Guru, for the last month we have performed hearing and chanting of Hari Katha and taken darshan of all the primary places of Sri Radha and Krishna's pastimes in Vraj. Kartik is the king of months, and its queen is Srimati Radhika. This month is for the pleasure of Radhika, and whatever we have done for her pleasure during the last month, we should continue doing for the remainder of the year. Okay, whatever we're doing for her pleasure in this month, we should continue doing. This doesn't mean that it all ends at the last day, at the end of Kartik. No, we should. It's just, this is like meant to jumpstart us. If in our hearts we consider ourselves very low and we genuinely feel with great despair that I have not yet attained her mercy, then we have really been granted the fruit of following this vow. Every day during this month, we have sung the glories of Sri Radha Damodar in the form of the Damodarashtak, and we've tried to practice that sadhana with which to awaken the desire in our hearts to always serve Srimati Radhika. This is the final aim of all sadhans. In the 11th and final verse of Sri Upadeshamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami describes the supreme spiritual desire and how that desire can be fulfilled. It says, Krishnasya chai pranaya vasati preyasibhyo piradha kundam chasya munibirabitas tadrigeva vyadhayi Yat preshtar apalamasulabham kim punar bhakti bhajam tat premedam sakridapi sara snaturavish-karoti. It's the 11th verse of Śrī Upadeshamrita. There are so many who are dear to Krishna, but amongst them, Radhika is most dear to him. And in the same way that Radhika is dear to Krishna, Radhakund is also dear to him. There is no special difference between Radhakund and Radhika herself. Even though generally it is said that between Krishna and Krishnanam there is no difference, there is really a small difference in mercifulness. The holy name is more merciful. Krishna has invested all of his Shakti in his Nam, and it is accessible to everyone at all times. By the mercy of the Nam, we will attain the direct company of Krishna, so therefore the holy name is more merciful. Similarly, it is correct to say that Radhika and Radhakund are one and the same. But because this transcendental Kund appears in a physical form, it is more accessible to the conditioned jivas of this world. Its waters is accessible at all times and in all ways for our bathing, for our achman, and for offering our prayers. Therefore, the glories of Radhakund are even greater than those of Radhika herself. And the Munis have described it like this in the Padma Puran. Yatha Radha Priya Vishnus Tasya Kundam Priya Tata. Sarva Gopishu Saivaika Vishnur Atyanta Vallabha. Amongst all the gopis, Radhika is the best and most beloved of Krishna. Therefore, for someone to attain her mercy is very rare. Even for great souls such as Narad, it is rare. But if someone really desires that prem, that Radhadasya, which even Narad is praying for while performing austerities at Narad Kund, then, if they bathe just once with great devotion in Radhakund, the Kund will bestow everything upon them. Is it not more difficult than that? After all, anyone can go there and bathe, but it must be ascertained whether or not we are really bathing with feelings of bhakti. If we bathe with great humility and faith, then those whose hearts are impure will become a little pure. Those whose hearts are already a little pure will become a little more pure. And those whose hearts are completely pure will attain the direct service of Śrī Radha and Krishna. The highest ideal was shown by Raghunath Das Goswami, how he left everything, took exclusive shelter of Radhakund, and said, "We desire nothing besides the mercy of Radhika. Tavai vasmi, na jivami tvaya vina, iti vigyaya devi tvam, nayamam charanantikam." That's Śrī Vilapa Kusmanjali 96. "O Srimati, I am yours only, yours only." He wanted Radhika to hear him say this twice. "I cannot live without you, so please bring me to the shelter of your lotus feet and appoint me to your service." If we bathe at Radhakund, our hearts will become purified, an attraction for Radhadasya will arise within us, and we will have similar feelings of pleading as Rupa and Raghunath Das Goswamis had. Then we will certainly attain Radhika's direct mercy. And this is especially true if it is done within this month of Kartik. Our goddess is Srimati. Besides her, we have no other. In another place, Raghunath Das Goswami prays, "He Shri Sarovara Sada Tvai Sarmadisha Preshtena Sardamiha Kelati Kamarangai Tvam Chet Priyat Priyamati Vatayoriti Mam Hadarshayadya Kripaya Mama Jivitang Tam That's from Śrī Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī, verse 98. O Śrī Radhakund, in a kunja on your bank, immersed in great prem, our worshipful goddess Śrīmati Radhika sports with her beloved Śrī Śyamasundar. Since you are the dearest of all to them, please mercifully grant me darshan of my mistress, who is my very life and soul. In one place, Rati Manjari, meaning Raghunath Das Goswami, has referred to Krishna as Nath, meaning husband. But why is he addressing him as Nath? You are the Nath of our worshipful goddess Vrindavaneshwari, and because we are related to her, we are referring to you as Nath also. Anata Gokula Sudhakara Suprasanna Vaktra Ravinda Madhura Smita He Kripardra Yatra Tvaya Viharate Pranayai Priyarat Tatraiva Mam Apinaya Priya Sevanaya. It's verse 100 of Bhūgarbha Gosvāmī. O Nath, O nectar moon of Gokul, whose cheerful lotus face smiles sweetly, O crown jewel of the merciful, if you are pleased with me, then give me this boon only. For the purpose of rendering service to my mistress, please take me to where you are lovingly sporting with your beloved. Here, taking the position of a sadhak, he is praying to Krishna in order to attain Radhika's service. All of the Goswamis had prayed in a similar way, as did the son of Vallabhacharya, Vittalacharya. Shama Sundara Shikanda Shekara Smera Hasa Murali Manohara Radhika Rasika Mam Kripanide Swapriya Charana Kinkarim Kuru Prananata Vrishabhanu Nandini Shri Mukhabja Rasalola Shatpada Radhika Padatale Kritastitam Tvam Bhajami Rasikendra Shekara. That's Śrī Radha Prarthana 2-3. O Sham Sundar, O you whose head is adorned with a peacock feather, your face always holds a playful smile. Your flute playing is enchanting, and you are very expert enjoying ras with Śrīmati Radhika. Because you are an ocean of mercy, please make me a kinkari, a maidservant, at the feet of your beloved. You are the Lord of the life of the daughter of Vrishabhanu, and are always greedy to taste the nectar of her lips. O Rasik Shekhar, foremost of those who are Rasik, I don't desire anything other than to always reside at the feet of Śrīmati Radhika. Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and all of our acharyas have prayed to Krishna for this very thing, and have also prayed directly to Radhika herself for it. In one place, Raghunath Das Goswami says, Anarada Radha Paramborjarenum Anashritya Vrindataving Tat Padankam Asambhashyatar Bhava Gambhira Chitan Kuta Shama Sindurasya Rasasya Vagaha. If anyone desires to reside in Vrindavan, achieve the mercy of Radhika, and be appointed to her service, they must worship those places where the dust of her feet is lying, such as the many beautiful kunjas of Vrindavan where she has enjoyed pastimes of Sri Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written in his Gitavali. Here, let's sing this. Radhika Charana Padma Sakala Shera Sarma Jatane Je Nahi Aradilo Radha Padankita Dham Vrindavana Janam Taha Jena Yashraya Korilo. Aspirants for Radha Dasya must take shelter of those places where Radhika has placed her lotus feet, such as Radhakund, Shamakund, Jabat, Prem Sarovar, Sanket, Nandagram, and Varshana. Rupa and Sanatan Goswamis would constantly wander around Vrindavan by staying in each place for only one day and night. The remembrance of different pastimes would always be arousing within them. Radhika bhava gambhir chitta jeba mahatir gana sanga na koilo jivane kemone se shamananda rasa sindhu snanananda lobi bebo Jaho eka mane, lobi bebo, jaho eka mane. Those who have not taken shelter of the dust of Radhika's feet by worshipping these places, and who have not attained the association of Rasik Mahabhagavat Vaishnav, who is always immersed in the grave and deep bhav of Radhika, will never become submerged in the ocean of Ras. Therefore, we should pray to the Dham, to Giriraj Govardhan, and to the Yamuna, to the dust of Radhika's feet, to Vishaka and Lalita, to our Guru Parampara, to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and to our own Gurudev, that we never desire anything besides Radha Dasya. Okay, let's continue. Did you notice how those two verses were based on that verse that we just read by Raghunath Das Goswami, Anarada Radha Parampojarenum? It's like a translation of that verse. Radhika Ujjvala Rasera Acharya Radha Madhava Shuddha Prema Vicharya Je Dhorilo Radha Para Parama Jatane Shepailo Krishna Padayamula Ratane Radha Padavina Kabu Krishna Nahi Mile Radha Ardasir Krishna Sarva Vede Bole. Those who very carefully worship Radhika's feet will meet with Krishna in a snap of a finger. But what does it mean to meet with Krishna? Where is Krishna complete? Without Radhika, is he complete? Therefore, only where there is Yugala Kishore, the youthful couple, is Krishna complete. Only by the mercy of Radhika will one be able to have their darshan and attain the qualification to serve them. Without the mercy of Radhika, one will not be able to meet Krishna. This is correct. But what do the Vedic scriptures declare? What to speak of just Radha, her dasis can also be very instrumental in helping one to meet with Krishna. They will say, "Come, you can meet him here, just stay here. You won't meet him anywhere else." Sometimes Krishna says to these dasis, "I belong solely to you. As you say, I will do." So what to speak of Krishna's feelings towards Radhika herself, who is the Acharya of Ujjvala Ras? Sometimes, when they play games like chess and tic-tac-toe together, Radhika says, "You don't know how to play, therefore I will not play anymore." Sometimes Krishna applies her tilak, and she says, "You haven't applied it correctly, it should be like this." In this way she instructs him, and is therefore the Acharya of Ujjvala Ras. Srimati is the dearest to Krishna, and without her mercy, one will not be able to successfully meet Krishna. With this objective, we worship her during this month of Kartik, aspiring solely for Radha Dasya. Raghunath Das Goswami left his home and family at a very young age, and with great eagerness walked the entire distance from Krishnapur in Bengal to Jagannath Puri, to be with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. His parents had made so many plans to prevent him from going, but they could not stop him. His mother said, "He is married to a girl of heavenly beauty, and he has so much property and wealth. If these things don't keep him here, then he should be chained and watched over by a guard. Then he will never escape." But having more insight, his father said, "If being married to a girl of heavenly beauty cannot bind him, having opulence equal to that of Indra cannot bind him, our affection cannot bind him, and if he has really adopted the temperament of Mahaprabhu's followers, then how can mere chains bind him?" Upon Raghunath Das's arrival in Puri, Mahaprabhu placed him under the care of Swarup Damodar. Then, after witnessing more and more of Mahaprabhu's Leela, his tendency towards Radha Dasya became strengthened. Of course, we are looking at him from the angle of vision that he was a sadhak, although he was actually an eternally perfected soul. Everything he did was exemplary for aspiring sadhaks. When after some time Mahaprabhu returns to Goloka, Raghunath Das gave up eating. Then, in separation from Mahaprabhu, Swarup Damodar also left this world. Then Raghunath Das gave up even drinking water and sleeping, and soon he took shelter of Gadadhar Pandit. Day and night, Gadadhar Pandit was lamenting in separation from Mahaprabhu. Raghunath Das would come and render service to him, and besides Gadadhar Pandit, there was no other shelter for him. But the fire of separation was burning very intensely in Gadadhar Pandit's heart, and after a few days, calling out, "Gauranga, Gauranga," Gadadhar Pandit also entered into the eternal Leela. Then Raghunath Das felt, whatever strength I had has been taken away. Now I will certainly die. I will give up my life by either jumping in the ocean or from a mountaintop. But then he thought again, if I am to give up this life, why should I do it by jumping in the ocean? Instead, I will go to Vrindavan, where I will drown in the Yamuna. Or if I will give up my life by jumping in from a mountain, it will not be possible from Chatak Parvat in Puri. Instead, I will go to Govardhan and jump from there. When someone feels such intense separation from Bhagavan, then it can be said that they are really performing bhajan, whereas we, on the contrary, are mostly just eating, sleeping, joking, and laughing all day long. We should make an effort to understand what the nature of these devotees' feelings of divine separation were. When a devotee is always thinking, how will I meet Bhagavan, with great eagerness, then it can be said that they are engaged in real sadhan. And we cannot even express the degree of Raghunath Das's Turnadapi Sunichena, his feelings of his own lowliness. His heart burning in divine separation, he left Puri and walked all the way to Vrindavan, where he fell at the feet of Rupa and Sanatan. Offering his very self to them, he said, "Now I cannot possibly be saved." But they showed him such affection that he was convinced not to give up his life. He began living with them, and just when the fire of separation had cooled somewhat, Sanatana Goswami left this world. Again, he was left feeling helpless. It seems that whoever he tried to take shelter of would leave him, and he was feeling more separation than ever. Staying at Radhakund day and night, he was lamenting in separation. And then he heard that Rupa Goswami had also left this world. Now, what remains for him? He wrote, Shunyayate mahagoshtam girindro jagarayate vyagratundayate kunda jivaturahitasyame. That's Śrī Prarthanashraya Chaturdashakam from Chaitanya Charitamrita. now that I no longer have the sustainer of my life, the land of Raj has become empty and desolate. Govardhan Hill appears like a great python, and Radhakund seems like the gaping mouth of a ferocious tigress. Just see what his condition of divine separation was like. At that time, he composed Śrī Kusmanjali, and this verse appears near the end. Asha barar amrita sindhu mayai katanchit kalo mayati gamita kila sampratanhi tvam che kripam mayi vidasya sinaiva kene pranair vrajena chavarorupakarinaapi. That's Vilap Kusmanjali 102. I had so many hopes, but one by one they have all vanished, and now everything is lost. All of the columns that I was grasping onto seem to have disappeared one by one, and now I am in a helpless condition. But if Sri Radha and Krishna would sprinkle just one drop of the ocean of their prem upon me, then all of my hopes would be completely fulfilled. What to speak of bathing in that fathomless ocean of nectar? If just one drop of it falls onto my head or any of my limbs, then I will have attained that sustainer of my life, which I have been longing for ever since I left my home and family. But then Mahaprabhu left me, Swarup Damodar left me, and when Gadadhar Pandit also left me, I came here to Vrindavan, where I took shelter of Sanatana Goswami. But he also left me, and now I am helpless. What was the nature of Sanatana Goswami? Vairagya yog bhakti rasam prayatnar apayayam mam anabhipsumandam kripam buddhirya paradukha dukhi sanatanastam prabhumashrayami. That's Śrī Vilap Kusmanjali verse 6. I have never seen such an ocean of causeless mercy as Sanatana Goswami. He showered all of his mercy upon me, and even though I had no desire to drink it, he made me drink the nectar of bhakti that Mahaprabhu came to give, which inspires one to fully renounce this world and which bestows spontaneous affection for Krishna, and which bestows spontaneous affection for the lotus feet of Shri Radha Krishna. That inconceivably merciful Sanatana Goswami, who gave me a drink of the ocean of Bhakti Ras, has left me, and now Rupa Goswami has also left me. Who can describe how merciful he was? He would always look after me with great care. Because I have taken Kshetra Sannyas here at Radhakund, he would regularly come here to give me his darshan. He was so merciful to me that he would show me his writings on the pretext of having me proofread them. And while reading them, I would shed so many tears that the pages would become wet. But still, I couldn't stop reading. Whatever I didn't receive directly from Mahaprabhu and Swarup Damodar, he bestowed upon me completely. Until now, I have somehow sustained my life. But now that Rupa Goswami has left me, I can no longer remain in this world. This is my final condition. O Srimati, now all I have left is you and your Kund. Otherwise, I am completely helpless. For me to hold on to my life for even one more moment is very, very difficult. Somehow or other, I have been sustaining it, but I can sustain it no longer. O Srimati, if you are not merciful to me at this very moment, I will give up this body at once. Why should I remain in Vrindavan? In the absence of Rupa and Sanatan, the Dham appears like a gaping mouth of a ferocious tigress, which is ready to devour me. And if you say that I should hold on to my life by reading prayers to Krishna, I will say, what necessity do I have for Krishna if I do not receive your mercy? Therefore, please be merciful to me at once. This Vilap Kusmanjali was his final prayer, and after completing it, he offered it to the lotus feet of Radhika. Generally, poets reveal their last desires in their final compositions, and he desired nothing other than Radha Dasya. Rupa Goswami also composed so many verses for Radhika, such as these. O Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Gokula Taruni Mandala Mahite Radhe Jaya Jaya Madhava Daite Damodara Radhe Vardhana Veshe Harinishkuta Vrinda Vipineshe. Radha's appearance is so attractive from head to toe that upon seeing her, Krishna is immersed in prem. She is the increaser of Rati and Damodar. The highest result of all types of worship is a Rati for the lotus feet of Krishna. It's a Rati for the lotus feet of Krishna, and the bestower of that Rati is Radhika. In reality, Krishna is Aptakam, meaning that he has no unfulfilled desire. But upon seeing Radhika, not only one desire, but millions and millions of desires arise in him. His quality of being Aptakam is demolished, and he is drowned in the waves of desire. Vrishabhanudadi Navashashileke Lalita Saki Guna Ramita Vishake. Radhika arose like a new moon from the ocean of Vrishabhanu Maharaj, and is so wonderfully attractive that it seems that she showers nectar in all directions. Why is the name of Vrishabhanu mentioned in this verse? The Vatsalya Bhav of Yashoda is stronger than that of Nanda Baba. From the time Krishna took birth, Yashoda raised him, and he was the, how do you say that word? Cynosure. Look up. Cynosure. Okay, that's a person or thing that is at the center of attention or admiration. Okay. So, he was the cynosure of her eyes. Therefore, there is more bhav and sweetness in the name of Yashodanandan than there is in the name of Nandanandan. And even Nanda Baba himself accepted that Yashoda's love for Krishna was greater than his. Sometimes Yashoda would scold Krishna, and taking very long breaths, he would begin crying. He would run to the lap of Nanda Baba, who would ask, "My dear son, why are you crying? What happened? Did someone hit you?" Whimpering, Krishna would point in the direction of Yashoda. "Your mother hit you? Then beware, don't return to her, she beats you." Then what would Krishna do? With open arms, he would run back to his mother and sit on her lap. That's how affectionate she was towards him. She could bind him with her love. But Nanda could not bind him. He would only run back to his mother. Krishna would only run back to his mother. So, in this song, Radhika is referred to as Vrishabhanu Nandini rather than Kirtida Nandini for a similar reason. Because Vrishabhanu Maharaj first found her lying on a large lotus in the Yamuna, she always received more affection from him. First, she would run to sit in his lap, and secondly, to the lap of Kirtida. Sridham was Kirtida's dearest child, but Vrishabhanu Maharaj always had more affection for Radhika. Lalita is a Parama Prishta Saki, and she even instructs Radhika. Without her mercy, it is not possible to attain Radha Dasya. To attain the position of serving Radhika, one must worship Lalita, and if someone really desires to enter Vraj as a Dasi in the camp of Radhika, then Lalita will be very merciful towards them. Guna Ramita Vishake. In calling out to Radhika, Rupa Goswami has also mentioned the name of Vishaka, because the same good qualities that exist in Radhika are also found in Vishaka. They were born on the same day and are always together. She always serves Radhika with great prem and even instructs her also. Without first approaching Vishaka, one will not be able to attain the favor of Radhika herself, and so, therefore, her name has also been mentioned here. Karunam kurumai karuna bharite sanaka sanatana varnita charite. Karunam kurumai karuna bharite sanaka sanatana varnita charite. Radhika is the very embodiment of karuna, of kindness, and every pore of her every limb, indeed every atom of her existence, emanates Krishna prem. But why have the names of Sanak and Sanatan been mentioned? They are young brahmacharis, appearing to be only 5 years old, and their hearts are very pure. They were exclusive devotees of Narayan, but after they heard a description of Radhika's Ashtakaliya Leela from Shankar, hankering for realization of those pastimes arose within them. In the Padma Purana, Shankar described her Ashtakaliya Leela to the Kumaras, and they in turn related it to Narad Rishi. They appeared long before Rupa Goswami at the beginning of creation in Satya Yuga, and are well known for being expert in describing Radhika's transcendental qualities. They narrated her Ashtakaliya Leela. What could be greater than that? Okay, so today we have made an effort to increase our greed for the service of Radhika. And when that hankering becomes complete, then our darshan of Vrindavan, including all the places such as Sevakunj and Giriraj Govardhan that were visited this month, all these places will really become complete. Our darshan of all these places will really become complete. We are actually unqualified in all ways for this. But if inside us a little of this hankering has arisen, then today we will say a special prayer to Lalita, Vishaka, all the gurus in our Guru Parampara, and especially our own Guru Pad Padma. We pray that by their mercy, this hankering will become complete. With this very hope, we will not conclude our vrat today, but instead we will commence it. How will I attain the dasya of Radhika? Wherever it is available, whether in heaven or in hell, I will certainly go there. Therefore, today we pray to Shri Radha Vinod Bihari and all of their devotees that our desire, the very aim of our bhajan, will be fulfilled. Jai Śrī Kāśīśvara ki jai, Urja Vrat ki jai, Urjeshwari, Raseshwari, Shri Vishwabhanu Nandini, Shrimati Radha Thakurani ki jai. Jai Yashoda Damodar ki jai, Shri Radha Damodar ki jai, Shri Damodar Vrat ki jai. Jai. Jai Shri Gurudeva ki jai. Jai Shri Guru Parampara ki jai. Shnitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol. All right, so that is our reading for today. Hare Krishna, Megan Monroe. And Narottam Nitai Prabhu. I already saw you. So, so now we will, in the evening time at 5:30 p.m., I'm going to read from this book, A Life of Devotion. We're very near the end. I'm guessing we'll finish tomorrow. And then after that, I guess we should start our Chaitanya Bhagavat readings again. We'll be beginning from the Madhya Kanda. So, if anybody would like to join the reading this evening, come back. And right now it's 8:15 a.m. in India, and so it'd be 5:30 p.m. India time. And then tomorrow we will, Sorry, I'm a bit tired right now. So I'll maybe we can do one kirtan. Maybe let's sing one Radharani kirtan since to end our Kārtika-vrata. I mean, we sang a couple just now from Gurudev. Let's sing one last one though, because there's some time left over. What's a kirtan? What's a good kirtan for Radharani? Let me just open up big text. Or maybe because it's Hemantiki Ras Yatra, we can sing Varaja Vipine and Shatakoti Gopi. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let me just open this. Oh God, my computer. It's not letting me search. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, let's just open it in. Let's open it in this. GVP books. Where is the songbook? Here. Okay, actually it did come up. Varaja. Okay. So this is written by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. This is part of the Radhashtak that he wrote for Gitavali. In the forest of Vraj, along the banks of the Yamuna, there are enchanting platforms beautifully decorated with flowers. Varieties of fruit trees and creepers give satisfaction to the eyes. On them, many birds sing sweetly. A cooling breeze from the Malaya hills blows gently, and a swarm of bumblebees wanders about in search of honey. The full moon of the spring season continuously distributes its soothing rays out of love. At such a time, the supreme relisher of nectarian mellows, Muralidhara Shri Krishna, begins the rasa dance. In the midst of millions of lovely cowherd damsels, Shri Hari blissfully dances with Shri Radha. Singing beautiful songs, the enchantress of Madhav captivates the minds of all living beings. All moving and non-moving beings are enchanted by the chaste Shri Radha, who has defeated the pride of Chandravali. After turning Vrajakishore's heart, Radharani disappears from the Vasanti Ras. Bhakti Vinod foresees trouble. In the absence of Radha, the Ras dance has now stopped. Yeah, let's sing this song first, and then we'll sing the next one. 1 second. Just making the text a bit bigger. Okay. So we'll sing this song first, and then we'll sing the next one. We'll just sing it together though, because, yeah. Just checking the comments really quick. Oh my God, my screen is not visible. Sorry about that. Oh, and Haribol Kishori Mohan Prabhu. Oh God, I'm so spaced out. Good thing I checked. Okay. O Varaja Vipine O Yamuna Kule Mancha Manohara Shobhita Pure वनस्पति लता तुषाये आँखि तारुपरि कत डाकये पाखि तारुपरि कत डाकये पाखि मलया नीलो बहये धीरे अलिकुल मधुलोभेते फिरे वासन्तिराका उदुपतदा वासन्तिराका उदुपतदा कौमुदी भीतरे आदरे सदा कौमुदी भीतरे आदरे सदा एमत समये रसिकवर आरंभिल रास मुरलीधर शतकोटि गोपी माझे ते हरि राधा सह नाचे आनंद कोरी राधा सह नाचे आनंद कोरी माधव मोहिनी गाया गीत हरिलो सकल जगत चित स्थावर जंगम मोहिला सती हराओलो चंद्र बलिरमती हराओलो चंद्र बलिरमती अवरजा किशोरमान अंतरित होय राधा तखन भक्ति विनोर परमाद गणे भक्ति विनोर परमाद गणे रासभंग ओ रास भांगलो आजी राधा विहने रास भांगलो आजी राधा विहने So this song ends on a cliffhanger. After turning Vrajakishore's heart, Radharani disappears from the Vasanti Ras. Bhakti Vinod foresees trouble. In the absence of Radha, the Ras dance has now stopped. One second. Oh, my water's finished. Okay. Millions of lovely cowherd damsels are unable to keep Madhav's attention despite their great endeavor to do so. The flute song calls the name of Radhika. Come here, Radhe, petitions Sham. When he goes in search of Sri Radha, the Ras dance comes to a halt. Exclaiming, "O Radha, please save my life by giving me your darshan." Khan weeps in the forest. Embracing Sri Radha and reconciling with her in a secluded grove, Sri Hari revives his life. He says, "Without you, what is the question of performing ras? Only because of you do I live in Vraj." Weeping at the lotus feet of this Radhika, Bhakti Vinod says, "Please count me among your personal associates and keep me as your maidservant. Kinkori koriya rako apani. Please keep me as your maidservant." Shatakoti gopi ho madhava man rakite nari lo kor akori jatana. O Venu Gite Dake Radhika na, Venu Gite Dake Radhika na, Esho Esho Radhe Daka Yesha, Esho Esho Radhe Daka Yesha. Bhangiya Śrī Rasa Mandala Tave Radha Anveshane Chalaye Jabe Dekha diya Radhe Rakho Pran Dekha diya Radhe Rakho Pran Boliya Kandaye Kanane kan, boliya kandaye o kanane kan. Nirjana kanane radhare thori miliya paran jurai hari बोले तो हो बिना कहाँ रस राधे तू हो बिना कहाँ रस तो हो लगी मोरा वरा जबास तो हो लगी मोरा वरा जबास. Eheno Radhika Charana Tale, Eheno Radhika Charana Tale, Bhakti Vinod Kandiya Bole, Eheno Radhika Charana Tale, Bhakti Vinod Kandiya bole, tuwa gana maje amare gani, tuwa gana maje amare gani, kinkori koriya ora koya pani, kinkori koriya ra koya pani. Vipine Yamuna Kule Mansha Manohar Shobita Phule Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Sachinandan Gaura Hari Sachinandan Jaya Gaura Hari Jaya Rupa Raghunath Rupa Raghunath Jaya Rupa Raghunath Jaya Radha Kunda Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Jaya Shama Kunda Jaya Giri Raja Govardhana Giri Raja Jaya Govardhana Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada Hari Bol 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 Oh Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol Jai Shishi Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shishi Radha Vinod Bihari Ju ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Shishi Radha Damodar ki Jai Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Gosai Maharaj Shri Gurudev ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Shri Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Shri Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Lila Pravishtam Vishnupad Rashata Rashata Shishmar Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Nityalla Pravishta Maha Bhagavat Śrīla Gaura Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Nityalla Pravishta Śrīla Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Nityalla Pravishta Vaishnav Sarvabhauma Śrīla Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupa Nuga Gauriya Guru Varga ki jai. Jai Nityalla Pravishta Shishimad Śrīla Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalla Pravishta Vishwapad Śrīla Bhakti Vallabha Tirtha Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalla Pravishta Vishnupad Shishimad Śrīla Bhakti Daita Madhav Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalla Pravishta Vishnupad Shishimad Śrīla Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Nityalla Pravishta Vishnupad Śrīla Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Swaparikara Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Śrīla Baladevi Vijibhushan Prabhu ki jai. Śrīla Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai. Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai. Śrīla Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai. Śrīla Vrindavan Das Thakur ki jai. Shri Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jeev Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shar Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Shri Sarup Damodar Rai Ramanandari Shri Gaur Parshad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जाय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल गौर मंडल व्रज मंडल मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की जाय। सर्व अभिष्ट विदात गिरिराज महाराज की जाय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जाय। श्री यमुना देवी गंगा देवी की जाय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जाय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जाय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जाय। श्री गोपेश्वर महादेव की जाय। जय श्री हेमंत की रस यात्रा की जय। श्री राधा गोविंद हेमंत की रस यात्रा की जय। जय श्री वृषभानु श्री कार्तिक व्रत नियम सेवा की जय। ऊर्ज व्रत की जय। ऊर्जेश्वरी रसेश्वरी श्री वृषभानु नंदिनी श्रीमती राधा ठाकुरानी की जय। जय श्री विजेंद्र नंदन श्याम सुंदर श्री कृष्ण चंद्र की जय। जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गण की जय। जय sorry my mind went blank. श्री यशोदा दामोदर की जय। श्री राधा दामोदर की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। जय श्री काशीश्वर पंडित की जय। श्री भूगर्भ गोस्वामी की जय। तदीय शुभ तिरुभाव तिथि की जय। जय श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि
हरि
वो वृंदाय तुलसीदेवाय प्रियाय केशवाय
कृष्ण भक्ति प्रद देवी सत्यवाय नमो नमः। पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यश्च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो
नमो नमः। Dandavat pranams, dear devotees. Hari Bo.
Hare
Oh, and Shubhananda Prabhu was saying that today is also the appearance of Tulsi Devi, huh? That's very interesting. I never heard that. And also today's the appearance day of Nimbaditya Acharya. So, Dandavat pranams, everybody. Who's all there? Let's see. Hari Bo, Krishna, Nari Hari Prabhu and Bhavatarani Mataji, and Krishna Mai Didi, Narottam Nitai Prabhu, Megan Monroe, Vaidyanath Murari Prabhu, Champak Mataji. It's all devotees here on YouTube and Facebook. Sorry, let's see YouTube and Facebook now. Karuna Didi, Raseshwari Mataji, Ganga Mataji, Rukmini Didi, Raj Bhuvan Yadav Ji, Vrinda Didi. Let's see, scrolling down, Vidya Lalasa Didi. Wow. Oh, Meena Podel. So many comments this time today. Kishore Mohan Prabhu. Nice to have you here, Kishore Mohan Prabhu. Who else? Dandavat pranams. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you so much for joining in the program throughout, also joining throughout all these programs all throughout these 5 months of Chaturmasya and Purushottam. Today we conclude 5 months, 149 days. It's now complete. But it's not complete, like we just read, Srila Gurudev said, this is the beginning. It's just starting. Yes.
Prabhuji, I just want to say one thing. Today I welcomed Tulsi Maharani into my home. She decided to come stay with me. So I have like a few tulsi plants that I'm going to be taking care of. So I just wanted to say that I think it's very auspicious. Like,
Wow,
Very
wonderful.
nice.
Wonderful,
Thank you
Nartamnita
very
Prabhu. That's Jai Ho. Jai Vrinda Maharani ki Jai.
Jai.
Hari Bol. Very nice. All right, so I will see you all anybody who's able, I'll see you this evening to read from this book, A Life of Devotion. Now we're reading the beautiful instructions, the teachings, the writing of Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Yesterday we read half of that chapter, I think, and today we will finish that, I think. And then maybe tomorrow we'll finish the book, A Life of Devotion, and then afterwards, as I mentioned before, I guess, I think now is the time to commence our reading of Chaitanya Bhagavat Madhya Kanda. So, yeah. Jai Ho. All right, Hari Bol, everybody.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you, Megan Monroe. Thank you. Okay, I'll try to do that. All right, okay, I'm going to end the stream now. Just taking one last look at diary entries. Oh, you remember that? Oh, you like the idea? That's great. Because, there are two other people. There's Manjari, that's Krishna Prem's sister, and also Subhadra Didi. And I think they're very enthusiastic about the idea. I'm really excited about this. Starting a program where I haven't figured out how to do it yet. I want to brainstorm with anybody who's interested in joining this. I'm thinking of at the end of the day, every day, or for those of you on the other side of the world, this would be beginning your day. We take one quote from something that you find inspiring. Maybe it could be a little short anecdote, or a quote from one of our acharyas, or some kind of thing that you find inspiring, and we would take turns, and then read that little quote, and then write we could use that as a prompt to write. And also you could write whatever you want. It could also just be a diary, it could be your thoughts, it could be things that you're grateful for, it could be, and we could have different ideas of prompts, but anyways, we would just sit and write together for, I don't know how long, maybe half an hour or maybe 45 minutes, and that would just be a daily thing. Because throughout this program, one thing that I've learned is that the only way I'm able to stay consistent with anything, what the heck? That thumbs up just showed up all of a sudden. Anyways, the only way I can be consistent with anything is if I do it with a group of devotees. I don't think I've ever followed through with doing a kirtan program every single day for 149 days without missing a single day. I've never done anything like that before. The only reason I was able to do that was because I had to show up. There's devotees waiting for me. I had pressure on me. Otherwise, I'm very lazy on my own. So, I've always, for so many years, I can't tell you how many notebooks I've started and tried doing a daily writing thing, and it fizzle out after just a few days. And so I think if this is the key. This is the way that I can actually start a daily writing habit, and it will never, I will definitely stay consistent with it if people are waiting for me. So I'm thinking of it for myself, but I'm hoping it would be helpful for others as well. Just starting a daily writing practice like that. There's so many benefits to writing. But anyways, I'm going way over time. So, but yeah, I was thinking a way to keep it interactive and a way to put less pressure on me is, but Rukmini Didi was talking about something else. Okay. She's saying, actually, I was thinking of the diary entries in the appendix of A Life of Devotion. But you like the idea. Cool. Okay. Thank you, Vrinda Didi. Yeah, I am lazy, but I need peer pressure, then I'm not lazy. So, I think we can read till the very end of the whole book, right? A Life of Devotion. Sorry, I completely misunderstood you. All right. Anyways, give me an excuse to tell everybody about this idea. I'm thinking of starting in January. Maybe that will be my New Year's resolution. And I ordered a 5-year journal. So all the pages are divided into 5 parts. And so I thought it'd be interesting. Every day I'll write, what, and you can see over the years what your days are like. Like you can see how you're progressing. I don't know. I thought it would be neat. All right, I'm talking too much. I'm going to end now. Thank you so much for joining. Jai Shri Radhe. Hare Krishna.